Hi, and welcome to another episode of If I Speak. If you're new around here, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, also follow us on Instagram. We're quite active on there, as well as Twitter. We've also put out some unpopular opinions that we've been releasing this week, so go and have a look and check those out. They're quite interesting, some of them. I know that Abhinav has probably enjoyed this one the most of all of us. But yeah, let us know what you think. And as usual, we've got the usual lot with us. So what do you say, guys? Hope you're all good and stuff.
Nah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, man.
on that note, let's just get straight to the reviews, bro. Yeah, Abhinav. So another L against Chelsea, 0-1. If you haven't checked that out as well, me and Abhinav did a match review on the Chelsea Liverpool game where we won 1-0, by the way. And
Really?
and then then you guys had another game against the West London team, who were third from bottom against Fulham. You guys lost that 1-0. Give me your thoughts on that game first, bro.
I mean, I didn't make any notes, so you can kind of like tell like, how I feel about the games. I've just given up at this point. For the Premier League, I've given up. I don't know what to say except we were just really, really bad, like all departments. And I thought maybe the midfield, like we had Keita and we had Keita back, we had Jota back, so I thought that would refresh everything, but didn't do anything. So, and I think what cost us was that back four. It was like it was the two Williams and. Yeah, it was just I feel like Klopp was resting for the Champions League. And yeah. It's not a great game.
You mentioned the Champions League. You guys had a great win against Leipzig. You won 2-0 that game. Give me your thoughts on that game as well.
Yeah, that was proper weird because like a lot of people saying, "Oh, we're gonna get knocked out. Like we're finished basically." And I don't get how like Leipzig barely didn't even put like a fight or anything like that. They just gave it to us, and it was pretty easy. First leg, second leg as well. Oh, you're all laughing.
I'm just thinking of Chris right now, just in mocking Thiago.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The performance he
like,
put against Leipzig as well was really good. So
yeah, Thiago was really good. I hope Chris was watching. I know Chris wasn't watching.
Thumbs up, everyone! Let's start thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Thumbs up.
I'm done like protecting like Thiago. I'll let him do whatever he wants. He was really good. Fabinho, Trent was good as well. And I was just more like surprised that Leipzig just let us like win that easily. In the first leg, it was the same thing as well. They made silly mistakes. In the second leg, we were all over them. We should have won like 3-4-0. And yeah.
Is that so? It's all legs in the not Europa League, Champions League basket now.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we can put the Champions League momentum into the Premier League, but right now we're not in a good position anyway. So I say focus more on the Champions League, but still give the Premier League a go.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No, cheers for that. And we're going to Kunal next then. Who's very, very happy, as you can see. He's got a big smile on his face. He shot Manchester United basically shocked every single fan, including their own fans. A great win against Manchester City. Completely dominated the game, to be honest. Yeah, just talk to me, bro, about that game.
First of all, not walking off like Darius absolutely bugged for me. And and then, I mean, just because all of us are Indian, I have something to say. Rabbit or tortoise mein hui race. Man City, you are a disgrace.
Wow. That's what you say.
Came with the lines.
Anyway,
listen to this
I have a lot written down, so I'll start with telling you that the last time that City didn't score at the Etihad was October 2019. So it's been almost 18 months, 16 to 18 months that they haven't scored.
Wow.
The last time they didn't score at home. And we prevented them from scoring.
Yeah.
The next thing I would like
with your second team, yeah.
Not with a second team. Anyway, with a second goalkeeper though. Yeah. So everyone has seen the Premier League trophy, right? There is a crown at the top of it. Pep can shove it up his butt. Schooled by a PE teacher.
Obviously, Nandu's not going to know what a Premier League trophy looks like. But yeah, anyway, we move. Carry on.
Schooled by a PE teacher every season now. Oli is the only manager to win 3 Premier League games away from home against Guardiola City. That is in a row.
Yeah.
So 3 Prem games in a row away from home. Then 2 21 game streaks were on the line in this game. City having won 21 games and United not having lost in 21 away games.
Yeah.
So after the result, we all know who extended their record to 22 and who went back to 0.
Mm.
Now, talking about the game, I would like to tell you that I felt that something is really wrong with Rashford. He seems very hesitant to shoot and has not been shooting from positions that he usually would.
Yeah.
Probably he's trying to be more of a team player and create chances for others, but this is getting frustrating to see him take on players, get in great positions, and then try to lay it off rather than shoot. So that's getting quite frustrating for me because, as we know, he has a great shot on him and he's just not taking shots. Again, great performance by both our fullbacks, who I believe have been the
Shaw
best
was really
fullbacks.
good, by the way, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that they have been the best fullback partnerships in the league this season in terms of both defense and attack. Wan-Bissaka not so much attacking wise, but defensively he has been brilliant, and Shaw has been just up there in defense and in attack. Now coming on to Ole, everyone says that Ole is stubborn, right? He isn't flexible enough, sticks to some players, never makes substitutions at the right time. Well, Pep, who apparently is the best manager in the world right now, has always played Sterling and Mahrez against United. Sterling has 0 goals against United in over 20 games. He's pocketed by Wan-Bissaka every game. Mahrez can't get past Luke Shaw and has to either always play it back or play a simple pass to the overlapping fullback. Yeah. So it's Pep who has been stubborn against United, and that's cost him basically. And again, like we were talking about it on the group, I would just like to say that Bruno haters can keep talking because it doesn't change what he does. Because it doesn't change what he does and how he does it. When the list of top scorers and most assists goes up after the season is over, it will have Bruno on it. His goal was a penalty, yes, but his link of play was
penalty for Bruno.
Yeah, penalty for Bruno. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, carry on.
But his link-up play was brilliant. Yeah. And you must have watched some other game if you think that Bruno didn't have a good game. Everything that United did in that game went through Bruno, apart from the second goal, which went from Henderson to Shaw to Rashford and back to Shaw for a brilliant goal. Like I mentioned earlier, Shaw had a brilliant game. And yes, it wasn't a smash and grab by United, just sit back and try to explode on the counter kind of game from United. United overall haven't performed really well against the top 6, and that's the reason Bruno does not have the numbers against them. And yes, the kind of numbers that Bruno has, we all consider that getting a goal or an assist is the only way that he can have a good game. So, I mean, he can have a good game without having one of those as well.
Yeah, I think also the thing as well, like, I think that performance kind of reminded me a bit when you guys played against us the week before, because you're pushing that high line, which you did against Manchester City as well, which I thought was quite brave by Oli to do. And I think that 0-0 draw actually gave you guys confidence, and I think that's what won you the game in the sense that you weren't scared.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
I would definitely. I mean, I'll come on to it because we haven't seen this, but United have been keeping a lot of clean sheets at the beginning of the season. For the first half of the season, I was always confident that United would score goals, but I was really confident that United would also concede goals.
Yeah.
But now we are seeing that United have been able to keep clean sheets in a row, which they haven't been in the past. I'll come on to that later. Pep said after the game that City couldn't keep up with United's press and the pace at which the ball moved in the final third. That is because of Bruno. So please go wave your agenda flags on the beach and let football fans live in peace. So, I mean, City did have a 21 game winning streak. But, all of us have seen in the Premier League that City, the reason that I believe that they've been performing so well this season is, if you remember, they looked beatable at the start, didn't they? They had a few bad results. But once the season got into the winter and the game started coming thick and fast, most teams started picking up injuries like candies on Halloween. So those injuries affected smaller teams in a major way. Injuries affected.
I love your analogy, say, man. They're fucking top, man. That's what to go. Yeah. Sorry, carry on, man.
So, injuries affected Liverpool too, who have been brilliant for the past 2 seasons. What we see with City is just because they have their oil tap on, they basically manage to gather a squad of at least.
Oh, you're so tough.
They have managed to gather a squad of at least 2 world-class
podcast, man.
they've managed to gather a squad of at least 2 world-class players in each position. They've got Sterling, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, Cancelo, Walker, Zinchenko, Rodri, Foden. The list can keep going on.
Yeah.
This is the luxury that no other team in the Premier League basically has. Even Chelsea, who went out and spent 250 million in transfers, they don't have the luxury to have 2 world-class players in each position.
Yeah.
So every other team in the Prem, apart from City, have been knackered since Christmas. And United just put on some rubber gloves and turned the oil tap right off.
That's basically true. Yeah. But yeah, any other thoughts on the game, bro?
I've got a couple more paragraphs left because
if you don't win the next game, this is going to look really bad.
Even if I mean, United might not perform brilliantly against other teams, but then this result meant a lot to me because City were on a 21-game winning streak. They hadn't dropped a single point since New Year's. So this game meant a lot. And then, just like we did under Mourinho once, City were ready with their T-shirts, which said that they're Premier League champions against United. But Pogba scored 2. Chris Smalling, who probably gets a goal in a decade, he scored against them and stopped them from winning a title. So this game meant a lot.
Yeah, it's a derby as well, isn't it? So
exactly. We finally saw that Tony Marshall performed well. Yes, he did miss a great chance, but his overall game was very good. He held the ball really well. His link-up play was brilliant. He took players on and won us the penalty at the start. He was all over the pitch, basically. It was good to see him perform that way after so long. He was also given the Sky Sports Man of the Match, which really doesn't matter because the Premier League Man of the Match matters. But then it was good to see that. And maybe this is where he turns it around. And then coming on to the clean sheets, although I think that De Gea should be United's number 1, Henderson is performing brilliantly.
Yeah,
5 clean sheets in last 5 games for Henderson. Real Sociedad, Crystal Palace, and Man City, to name a few. De Gea played against Chelsea. So I think he's bringing out the best from our defense. He's English, so maybe he's able to communicate better with Maguire, Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka. Yeah. So that's just a thought. I mean, I'm not sure about it, but maybe that is happening. And then the final thing I have to say on the game is that Manchester United were the Brock Lesnar to Man City's Undertaker, 21-1. Welcome to Suplex City, baby.
Jeez. What an ending, bro. Nah, cheers, man. Come on, man. But big up yourself, man. That was like one of the best match reviews I've ever had. For real, man. But yeah, moving on
Liverpool's
now.
Bad.
Sorry?
I just said Liverpool's bad and left it at
that. Yeah, anyway, we'll move on to Nundu next then. So you guys had a great 4-1 win against Crystal Palace. You guys played right after the Manchester derby and stuff. Give me your thoughts on that game, bro.
Vroom. He's in his car.
I'm in my mum's car.
Are you going to his house or something?
Yeah, we're gonna park a bus together, innit?
Park a bus together.
Because obviously parking a bus means that we're gonna score 100 goals in the season, innit? So, anyways, I'd say top class performance from Gareth Bale and Harry Kane. 10 out of 10 performances from both of them. 2 goals each. Obviously, another 2 assists from Kane. I'd say that Gareth Bale is looking back to his peak fitness right now. Obviously, if Mourinho manages that better, he can start more games and hopefully last a full 90 minutes going into the end of the season.
Yeah.
Harry Kane was brought on, I think, on the 80th minute after his second goal. So obviously, we're looking to rest our players going into the big games today against what the team name, man. But anyways,
Dinamo Zagreb.
Yeah, Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, one of the teams. Yeah.
And against Arsenal. So going on to the future games, I think we're going to look more strong, considering that players are being rested now.
Yeah.
One thing I want to add on Gareth Bale is that you don't see him running into players like he used to do. He's more pinging the balls to Son and Reguilon, which is good to see. Obviously, he's adapting his game on as the season is going to hopefully increase. Hopefully,
oh my God.
Yeah, hopefully to improve the team's performances as we go on.
Yeah.
Also, Lucas and Lamela have have had this interesting role in our team as well now. Because usually we play them on the right, like for the past couple of seasons, and now Mourinho's playing them like through the middle, which is good to see. Because like,
Lucas was quite good actually against Palace, I think as well. He was quite good.
yeah, that was a proper underrated performance from him. Like, my guy literally goes, he's like a little pest. As soon as Crystal
Well,
Palace gets the ball, yeah. Shut up, man. Shut up. Yeah, Crystal Palace, yeah. As soon as they get the ball, Lucas is running onto them like a little cockroach and just winning the ball back for us. And obviously that helped on with, I think it was Kane's first goal into the game. So, yeah, I think it was a solid performance overall.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you think, are you more confident now that you guys can get top 4, or are you still a bit reserved in the sense?
I think I'm more confident going on to, from my previous games, obviously. But
yeah,
I think, obviously, I've always said that Europa League is a priority right now. And if we get top 4 or not, I don't think that's a big deal, considering that if we win the Europa League, Champions League is there for us.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough, man. Cheers for that. Any other thoughts then on the game, or?
Man, Gareth Bale was back. That's all I have to say.
For now.
How long?
For now.
How long until the golf clubs are open, innit?
Man said golf clubs, you know. But yeah, we'll move on to then Shivam next. You guys had a Monday night game against West Ham. You guys lost that 2-0. Give me your thoughts on that game, man. And yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, man. So coming onto the Leeds game, there's quite a fair bit to say. I'm not gonna say as much as Kunal on the matter because I know he had an essay written up. But I still got a fair bit to say. I mean, that game, shocking. That's all I can say, really. First 20 minutes, all Leeds. Like, we just dominated the first 20 minutes. I remember Abhinav was texting me watching the game saying, what are West Ham doing? Like, it's all Leeds and we've done nothing in, like, the first 20, 30 minutes. Nothing's happened. So, yeah. Tyler Roberts, Costa, they're terrible, man. They were terrible, let's be honest. I mean, on the game, they were just... I wanted them off, like, as quick as possible. And I could even hear the commentators saying that, could have an early sub here. And I was begging for one, man. I wanted Harrison on. I wanted Rodrigo on, someone, Shackleton, anyone, man. Like, the way we were playing was shocking. Like, first half, after the first 20 minutes, it was all them. You know, Lingard got the penalty. Again, it was a bit of a silly thing from Ayling to do. He sort of just put his foot in. And obviously, we know with the penalties, especially this season, like, it's so easy when you put your foot in, that's it, and they get a pen. Yeah. So if you just blocked the shot or did something different, then we might not have had that pen. Mesli actually saved the pen, but Lingard hit it on the rebound. So again, Lingardinho, another goal to his loan record. Dallas did really well in the park second half. Second half we were the better side than West Ham, I say, because like after that it was just a 0-0, nothing happened. Second half we just defended, and that was it really. And it felt like, you know, like the players are coming to London. It felt like they already knew they were going to lose. Like, we don't have a good record in London, and we haven't had for seasons. Like, I think the last time we won in London was QPR in like 2017 or something. And even in the Championship, we've got a couple of London teams. You've got Fulham, QPR, you've got Brentford. So it's been a while since we've won in London. I mean, we lost to Chelsea, we lost to Tottenham, you know, now West Ham, obviously, second time round. We've got another London team next week, Chelsea. If you guys want to see the preview me and Darmish did, go check that out. That'll be out soon. I mean, other than that, West Ham looked bang average, man. Like, it was nothing special. I think they just they looked a bit disorganized. We looked disorganized. But I think they just defended well, and that's about it. And they took their chances when they had them. I mean, they know we're quite bad at set pieces. Cresswell crossed it in from, I think, a corner, and Dawson headed it in. That was it, 2-0, game done. Bamford, again, missed a lot of easy opportunities. We had a lot of chances in that game. I mean, and he's had a really good season, coming up from, you know, the Championship to now the Premier League, and he's the third top goal scorer in the league. I mean, he's had a really good season, but the last couple of games, they've all been losses. He hasn't really put them chances to bed. So it's a bit of a shame. It's good to see Calvin Phillips is back in the squad. We've got Rodrigo back in the squad, so we're getting there in terms of players coming back. So I'm really pleased about that because obviously we've got some hard games coming up next. We've got Chelsea next, like I said, and it's definitely a hard game on paper. I probably will be when playing it as well, but at least we have that reassurance that we've got them players, there to use. But it's just a fact of whether Bielsa will use them players or not. I was a bit annoyed last time that he didn't play Harrison and he didn't play Rodrigo. Like, these have been our key players from the beginning of the season, and the fact not getting played, like, but Phillips did really well considering the fact that he didn't train with the under 23s. He just went straight into the game, and he had a really good game. To be fair to him, he had some great tackles as well, which were quite vital for us. Liam Cooper, I mean, the stats are amazing for him. Defending wise, obviously, first half wasn't great, but second half he pulled it back. And I think, we talk about the Luke Shaws and we talk about these type of players, and yeah, they've had a great season. But for Cooper, I mean, the season he's had, he's our captain. Obviously, his first season in the Premier League for him as a player, and he's had a really good season despite obviously our defensive record not being the best. But yeah, again, another thing I just want to quickly touch on before we move on is, I don't know, looking at that first goal, the Costa chance. I think some of you remember where Costa was offside. And obviously with VAR marked it offside, and where it wouldn't have stood anyway because the linesman had on both sides had put the flag up. But if you look at it afterwards, like the lines that they're drawing, at first I thought during the game that it's offside, definitely clear cut. But after, when I was looking at it, like, the lines weren't even straight, man. The line they drew is like a West Ham's player's foot, I think, was behind Costa's knee. So it made no sense as to why that was offside. But I mean, we just got to move now into the next game, look forward. And like I said to Dharmesh earlier in the week, is the Chelsea game such a big game, and the games after that. And we just want to look to see that can we sort of get points, even if it's a draw, even if we have to kill ourselves to do it. And, let's do it because we need our points and we need to sustain where we are in the league because we're in a really good position and we don't know where we will be next season. I hope that we'll stay in the Premier League. I think we will because we've had an excellent season, first season in. So second season should definitely be stronger. But it's just like we're getting to the latter end of the season now, and we just want to collect as many points as we can in the last remaining games. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game.
No, cheers for that, Shivan. You're mute, Abby.
You're muted.
Again.
You
Every
had the
time.
Everton game? Yeah, I'm not good with the mute. Yeah. What's happened to Nandi?
Oh my god. Crystal. my
What have you done?
I'm in heaven now.
He's come back from
He's
heaven.
gone into portrait mode.
Oh, you joker.
Yeah, Dharmesh, you had the Everton game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so great win for us. Tuchel just keeps doing his business, man. It's like I said to Shiv as well in the preview that 7 points out of Manchester United, Liverpool, and Everton was the minimum for us, or maximum. If you say, obviously, winning all three is great, but 7 points where it's like, yeah, I'm more confident now that we can cement the top four finish because where we were under Lampard, it looked impossible really where we were, but now it's completely changed now. Like Tuchel's brought his own philosophy. He's getting players to play. He's getting the best out of our summer signings and players. Like even Kai Havertz had an amazing game against Everton. Fantastic. Like that false nine roles, his now, I think. I reckon we'll use that going forward as well in other games. That might be difficult because like it's weird because I would have looked at Everton and said that would have been a harder game than Liverpool. But the Liverpool game was actually harder for us than Everton because Everton just sat back and posed no threat really. Like credit to our defense and stuff, but Everton didn't lay a glove on us at all, and it was quite simple for us. Like, but one thing again, I keep saying on this podcast every single week is just we're not clinical. Like, I want to see us win a game at least 5 or 6. Like, it's great, obviously, we get wins and stuff, but it's great to get the confidence in players like Werner who missed like so many sitters again, usual. And a few other players could have scored as well, but yeah, can't complain too much. Tuchel's unbeaten in 11, 12 games now, so can't complain really. Then, like Shiv said, we've got a couple of games coming up, so Leeds and Atletico Madrid as well. I'll touch upon those later on, but yeah, we just got to keep the momentum going and go about our business quietly and trying to cement second place, because I think that's a realistic target for us in second place. Even though United are winning games, they're quite capable of dropping points, as you've seen in the past, as well as Leicester as well. They drop points as well. So I really do think we can finish second and stuff. Yeah, guys, that wraps up the match reviews.